I prefer not to comment.
I've got other words, but I'm not going to use them.
Don't know how VAR's not got involved in that. That's its job.
He did a huge mistake in not giving a hand penalty.
If we ever get to a place there, then the whole game's in a real bad place.
100% penalty. Somebody somewhere has to explain to me why that's not a penalty. It's 100%. And like I said, it's a one-goal game. We get the penalty. Can be a different night.
I prefer not to comment because I've seen it is that obvious that I think I'll leave it to you guys. I was already in big trouble trying to solve what happened on the pitch. It's not my problem now to solve what happens off the pitch.
So as I've said all along, games are not refereed at the stadium anymore. They're refereed somewhere else. And no one will convince me otherwise. It's not even re-refereed, it's refereed somewhere else. It's why I don't celebrate goals anymore. I've got to wait for somebody down the road, so.
Are you happy that a referee who had been banned for match fixing was taking part in this semi-final?
You want to get me in trouble?
No, but it was a talking point before the game.
Well, he did our game against Romania, and I think that game he was all right, so you don't want to get me in trouble.
Amazed, because how inconsistent decisions can be.
There's no chance that people are purposely against Wolves. I mean, if we ever get to a place there, then the whole game's in a real bad place. So there's no chance that people are doing things against Wolves on purpose, let's be clear.
For me, and for all of us, he did a huge mistake in not giving a hand penalty. I know it's a crazy situation, but they put the ball down, he whistles, he gives the ball free, and the defender takes the ball in its hand. What makes us really angry is the explanation on the field. He told our players that it's a kid's mistake and he will not give a penalty like this in a quarter-final. This is a horrible, horrible explanation.
At this level, it's honestly amazing.
And you could see the contact, it's an absolute stonewall penalty. I don't know how VAR's not got involved in that. That's its job.
Without even knowing it, are you more likely to give it to Manchester City than Wolves? Because my focus and my senses are heightened when we're facing Man City and Pep and Haaland. Are the officials the same? When it's Haaland and when it's Manchester City, is there something in there that they not on purpose that influences decision making? And I've spoken to them about this as well, and they obviously guarantee me there isn't. But they are human. And Manchester City scoring a last-minute winner is a big thing.
I think I saw exactly what you saw.
Well, I'm not too sure what I saw.
Well, I'm not. What makes you think I'm surer?
Well, I'm not too sure. Maybe you were closer to the pitch than I was.
I was closer to the pitch. Okay. You were higher up though. Yeah. So. Okay. So maybe I saw exactly what you saw.
I think it's pretty clear and cannot be, in my opinion, any doubt that it's against every rule of modern football. What happened there?
It's again a penalty. There were some penalties included. Chelsea, Liverpool, and now again. And I think it was a justified penalty.
In the first half, there are 2 incidents, nothing happens. And then in a no critical area, the ball hits Declan Hill. He turns around, he doesn't see the player coming, touches the ball. By law, he can make that call. But by law then he needs to make the next call, which is red card. So we play 10 against 10. So this is what amazed me.
I just don't think referees in the stadium anymore have that authority they used to make decisions. They just go, you know what, I'll just wait till see what the bloke down the road thinks. And
I'm the same on VAR as where I've always been. I like the power being with the referee, even if they miss penalties like today. So for me, offsides, yes, but give more power back to the referees.
There's always an explanation. The only thing is, I would now think that in this room everybody thinks, if he whistles a penalty, that would have been not a scandal. Let me say it like that. He hits him on the chest. Does he touch the ball before? Yes. Does that make any difference on any position of the pitch if your leg is that high? You can kick the ball before, and after that, the foot is here.
so if it wasn't an obvious goal scoring opportunity, it means that even if he was penalised, it would have been a free kick. And that's a big turning point in the game. A free kick outside the box. Okay, yeah. Look, I guess we were lucky to get the result.
If then the refereeing is consistent, against Chelsea and Liverpool already there were no penalties against, but the penalties for us, we don't get them and they are not consistent.
The first big mistake is from the linesman. He did it in a action in the overtime with Alphonso Davies. He did it also. He raised his flag straight away when we switched side to Alphonso Davies. I don't know if it was offside. I got a strange feeling. To raise the flag in a situation like this where you can never, never, never be sure that this is offside.
What's the purpose of VAR if they're not going to come in on something like that? Was a penalty.
It's a shame, I don't like it, but it's here to stay, and well, I've got to accept it like everyone else.